Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 26 of the March Daily Draws. So, let's see what message we get today, and I'll be taking the first card from the Ostara Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Scenes of the Witch Ostara Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, we'll go there. And we have the Hierophant. And I love the Hierophant here, represented by the book, and the hands reaching out for the knowledge. They've got a candle, illumination. So it's spiritual knowledge, spiritual enlightenment. Often this means like something traditional religion or organizations. It can refer to, traditions passed down, taught. But to me, it's spiritual teaching and spiritual teachers. It's gaining that knowledge. It's learning. It's getting that illumination, the guidance that you need into the next stage. I've just noticed here, I love the walking up the steps through the hand that's handing you the knowledge, the universe giving, and the pages here are coming down that you're receiving, and it's helping you progress upwards and through the door that's lit here, the portal or whatever you want to call it, into the next stage. It's the knowledge you need to take you where you need to be. It can be traditional learning, it can be traditional spiritual knowledge, it could be some traditional religion, that's organized religion. For those of you that want, that may belong to an organized religion or spiritual organization or community, it can be that, and learning from one another and getting the traditions of that religion and the customs have come down that you hold to. But even in non-organized religion, more of spirituality than religion, there are principles that have been passed down and are taught from one to another. There are books available to learn from teachers that have had their experience, and they're passing that down and that knowledge down. It's the passing down of the knowledge to me that brings the illumination. But we don't always have to. There can be principles that are passed down that have been around for a time or based on things that go back way back, but they don't always have to be expressed in the same way as years and years ago. We can find new ways of living out and expressing those same beliefs and traditions, but expressed in a different manner. So they look fresh. They're made. They're sort of wrapped in the trappings of the current now moment of life, of the way that we live now, and but the principles behind the things we do are still the foundational principles. So even if we have a more individualistic, more freer kind of expression of spirituality, we can, there'll be principles that always apply. It's just the way that in which they're applied and lived out. And we can decide how we do that. So once we gain that knowledge, once we learn those principles of the dynamics of spirituality as far as we're concerned, once we get used to how that works and we learn that through listening to others, through following their example, through getting their teaching, through reading, through watching videos, through different things, different means, spending time meditating, getting an enlightenment from the universe in that way, that something comes to mind. But often it will take the knowledge that you've taken in, and it will give you the wisdom to know how to use that knowledge for your particular life and circumstance. So it's learning. We can take the traditional principles of spirituality, and we can, but the way that we apply them is to our current situation, and our own unique situation will be expressed perhaps in a more unique way to us, but it still has that core principle at its heart that still rings true. And it's finding what is appropriate for our life in this moment. And that can evolve and change. It will still have the core principles, as I say, at its heart, but the way that we apply the perspective from which we live it can change and evolve as we go through life. As life changes and we change and our circumstances change. So don't feel that you have to stick rigidly to the same old way all the time. Even in a traditional religion, even when there's like rigid sort of codes, as it were, in that religion, sometimes you can find a fresh way of still being faithful to that, but doing it in a fresh way. So, but that's our own personal choice. It's our own personal path, and we find our own way to go on that front. We learn the knowledge and we choose how to apply it. We follow the path that we feel fits us, and that can change. So, in conclusion, it's let your spirituality be practical and applicable to your life in a fresh way, even while holding on to age-old principles that give power and truth to that spiritual experience, and be willing to evolve and adapt where necessary. And be teachable. Recognize that we don't know everything. We've always got something to learn. And I believe that's what the Hierophant is coming to say to us today. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. And we have Lamb. Newborn lamb, newness, beginning, fresh life, new life, the lamb's coming, spring, all coming into that. So appropriate to an Ostara oracle deck. And it says, nothing is ever late. And everything is as it should be. Trust in the salve, whatever that is. The salve is like an ointment. So things will come. The lambs will come at their time. It's lambing time, but it's never, it may be lambing time, but some lambs come late, but it's the time that they are meant to be born. The new life comes when it's meant to, and same as in our life. Everything's it should be. We're on track. We may feel that there's a delay, but it will all come on time. Trust in the process. We need to trust in that, and trust in our own spiritual path, and live that out in our lives in the practical way. And that newness, that new fresh start will come in due time when it's meant to. Isn't it Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings that says a wizard is never late? He comes exactly when he means to. Or something like that. This is like that. It will come at its due point. We just need to trust in the process. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 27. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.